It's Wednesday, March 3rd at 8:55 a.m., Bridge Room 1. Hello.
Okay, hi, you're 9 o'clock this year. So I'm not, you know what, I need to make sure somebody's done what we said. Okay, that's to make sure, I know, it's like, I'm not sure. You're over here, right? Okay, yeah, just let me know when you're ready. Okay. Hi, girls.
Hello.
Your 9 o'clock is here. I don't know if you're ready.
Yes, I am.
That's okay? Okay,
Yes.
I'm up.
Thank you.
Carol, can you help me set up, like, the computer and the
Yes.
speaker stuff? Thank you. My 9 o'clock is here.
Okay.
I'll make sure I have everything. Or maybe possibly, are you, maybe I was going to say, you're all going to help me set up, or you can one of you can help me set up.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to help her. I'll be in here in 1 second. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm Harold Watson. How are you? Very good. Good morning. Coming here. My father and I are Harold. It's a great name.
It is a great name. You don't find it as much these days.
No.
I should sit here?
Yes, please,
Okay.
because it's closer to the speakerphone. We're being recorded.
Okay.
And the line is also available for access by the public. So due to the executive orders and requirements that we have this year, things are being handled a little bit differently.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I've also had my 2 shots 10 days ago down in Florida.
Oh, good for you.
I'm going to speak with this, but please use your outside voice so the microphone will pick it up.
Okay, great.
All right. I just want to confirm some information.
Yes.
It is March the 3rd, 9 a.m. This is Harold Zawatsky speaking. Your appeal number is 533.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And the property address that you're appealing is located at 207 Puritan Road in Fairfield?
Correct.
And the owner of the property is Mary Dudley Savard and Ron Wilklow?
Correct.
Is that correct? You own the property jointly?
Yes.
And you are Ron Wilklow?
That's correct.
The town has your property assessed at $850,800. And you are requesting that the town reduce the value of the fair market value of your home as of October 1st, 2020 to $727,100. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Excellent. So one of the steps we have to take is I need to swear you in. So if you don't mind raising your right hand, and I'll read this to you. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the appeal assessment now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Terrific. Next to you, next to the blue pen, is a form indicating your presence and that you've been sworn in. If you could please date and sign that, I'd appreciate it, and then you could pass it to me. Today is March the 3rd. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right. This is your opportunity to share with me. Are you familiar with the Board of Assessment Appeals and our role?
Not in detail. No,
Okay.
no. I'm an amateur.
All right. Well, this year we have 9 members on our board to handle the large number of appeals that we have. We are all volunteers. We are all Fairfield residents and fellow taxpayers, if you will. And our role is to help advocate for the taxpayers who have a grievance regarding their taxes, property taxes. And so we will collect information, and I'll explain later on the deliberation process.
Okay.
So this is your time to share with us why you feel that the reduction is in order.
Okay. Okay. Great. Well, thank you for having me today. Thank you for volunteering to do this because I really appreciate your help with the process.
You're welcome.
When I received my new assessment, I was surprised at the increase. And so I started looking into the assessments for similar houses as much as possible in my neighborhood. And I'm in the beach neighborhood where we were significantly impacted by Sandy. And so some of the houses are non-compliant, non-FEMA compliant, older houses, and some of the houses are FEMA compliant, rebuilt. So there's a huge variation in square footage and property values as a result of that reshaking of the neighborhood that happened after Sandy. So
yes.
It's difficult sometimes to find comparable houses. My house wasn't rebuilt after the storm, and so it's a smaller house. So I can't use houses that have double the square footage of mine and are FEMA compliant to be comparable.
Yes.
However, there are two houses on my street, one diagonally across from me and one 2 doors down from me, that are both, in their pre-flood format, as mine is. They're larger than my house, but they are non-compliant, relatively smaller scaled houses, as the neighborhood was, years ago.
Yes.
And both of those houses sold during the base period, so I think they provide a good picture of what the actual market value of those houses was, and can be used to compare to mine. So both of those houses sold significantly below their new appraisal values. And both of those houses have appraisals that are close to mine and yet have larger square footage than mine. And so I use those as a comparison to show how much the first factor I used was the factor of how much less those houses sold for during the base period than their new appraisal value. And then the second factor I applied was a factor to compensate for the larger square footage of those homes. And when I applied those two factors to my new appraisal, that's how I arrived at the 727 value that you see in my appeal.
So you're saying that the two houses that you feel are comparable are similar size or larger?
They're larger. 145 and 186 Puritan Road. They both have, one has a living space of 2,300 square feet. The other has a living space of 2,100 square feet. My home is about 1,700 square feet.
Yes, I see that.
They, you can see in the table that I printed out there, they sold for approximately $100,000 less than their new appraised values, and those sales were during the base period. So I thought it was fortunate.
And the land size is approximately the same.
Yes, yeah, close. All the lots on my street are effectively quarter-acre lots. There's a little bit difference here and there.
Yes. Any reason that you feel that why your assessment was higher than the others?
No, honestly, I mean, if I look at the physical condition of the homes, and I know, what, sort of what work your neighbors are doing on their homes and that sort of thing. I know that they're both in nice condition, maybe even nicer condition than mine. It's not as if there's a difference in architectural style or condition or age or that sort of thing. If I had to guess, I would think that their homes are probably nicer inside than mine are.
Okay.
Since I submitted this, I also, I continued to look, and I thought, well, maybe there's a way to look at homes that are FEMA compliant and make a comparison there. There are two homes around the corner from me. They're, a half a block closer to the beach. Those homes, one of those did sell in the base period for approximately its appraisal value. And I don't think this is work that I've done since
I don't have those. If you have copies that you would like me to add to the file, I'll be happy to do so.
Yes, that'd be great. The first page of this is the sheet that you have, and then the second page in front of you is the new information that I would submit for the file today. These are both homes on Rhoda, so they're a block away from me around the corner, closer to the beach.
Thank you.
As I said, these are FEMA compliant homes, and one did sell for approximately the appraised value. They're both homes that were original capes that were lifted, and so they're not, they're not twice the square footage as my house or that sort of thing. They're more representative of an original home that had been lifted to be FEMA compliant. And I think that the sale of that home near the appraised value reflects that FEMA compliant homes have a higher value in the market than the non-FEMA compliant homes.
That seems reasonable. Your home is not FEMA compliant.
That's correct. That's correct.
And the other two homes have not been raised or become FEMA compliant.
The first two homes, the homes on
Yeah.
Puritan that I use for comparison, have not been raised. That's right. So they're in the same status as my house.
Understood.
Now those homes on Rhoda are also slightly larger than mine, and again I used a factor to factor in the FEMA what I assessed to be the FEMA compliance value based on the sale price, and again a factor for square footage, and I come up again with an appraised value for our house that's a little bit less than the earlier value that I submitted. This time by doing the math, I came up with 722 instead of 727, but I thought it was quite close.
Very good. Well, the information you provided is very good, and I will be presenting, as one of the 9 members of the board, I will be presenting your petition to a majority of the board when we meet for our deliberations, and we will consider the information that you provided and additional data and come to a vote decision, and you will receive within 7 days a letter notification of the decision of the board. If your appeal is approved, that will be indicated, and you will not be able to appeal again until the next reval period, 5 years from now. And you, if it is denied, you can come back next year, or you can appeal to the court system. And information on how that is done will be included in your decision letter. Any questions for me?
When does that happen?
Okay, we're going to begin our deliberations. We have over 600 appeals to hear this year. And we're going to start our deliberations around mid-month, possibly even sooner, concurrent with doing the hearings, so that we can hopefully finish by the end of March. So I anticipate that before the end of March, we will have decisions on all of the appeals, and within 7 days of decision, letters will be sent out to you via the mail, and you should receive it in that time frame.
So end of March.
End of March, you will have an answer. With the mails, it might be the beginning of April, depending on when we actually meet, and within 7 days, that could stretch into the first days of April. When you actually receive your letter.
Okay, great.
All right, but that's the time frame.
Yeah, and I've tried to adhere here to information that I thought was quantifiable and sort of by the guidelines from what I read on the town website for how to present information. I hope that that's useful to you.
Well, you purchased the house 17 years ago, right, in 2004, for $739. I see it in the vision document here. Obviously, we hope all of our properties increase in value, but Testing 1, 2, 3. Patrick McInerney.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Very good. How you doing today?
Good,
You
good.
get all your shots?
Yes, I did.
Me too. So we're both safe then.
We are.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I'll ask you to sit here.
Absolutely, sir.
Sorry to make you move.
That's okay. No problem. I get around.
The reason that we're set up like this is we're recording for,
Okay.
to meet regulations.
Yes, sir. That's my phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'll
if you
shut
could
it off.
Please turn that off.
Absolutely.
I'd appreciate it,
No problem.
and we'll get started.
Okay.
I will do the same because I forgot
Okay.
this morning. All right, I just wanted to run through a few items. Your appeal number is 249 on the letter that you received?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, and the property that you wish to appeal today is located at 528 Lally Boulevard,
That's correct, sir.
and you are Patrick McInerney,
Yes, I am.
and you are the owner.
Yes, I am.
The town has your home property valued at $881,700. The town's value.
I don't know what the town. They just gave me this the new assessment.
Right.
I don't know what they.
Do you see the number there, 881,700?
No, I don't.
On your letter?
No.
No. Okay.
I better write that down. 881. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
According to the town records, you're being appraised. The town value has you appraised as $881,700.
Okay.
That's where that number came from.
Okay.
And that's the appraised value, not the assessed value, the
Okay.
appraised value.
Is that the new one or the old one?
That's the new one.
The new one. Okay.
And you believe that the amount should be $550,000,
That's correct.
and you feel that that is the fair market value?
That would be, to me, that would be the assessed,
The assessed value.
yeah, the value. They're trying. The town wants to raise the assessed value from 466 to 617, and I thought that there was a little too high, and I thought it was the assessed value should be 550.
The previous assessed value looks like it was $466,340.
That was the old one, yes, sir.
Yes. And now you're being assessed at $617,190.
That's correct, sir. And I felt that was a bit too high.
Okay, I see that. Did you attend an informal hearing?
No, sir, I didn't.
No.
I wasn't around. I didn't even know what was going on.
Okay. So the difference between what the town has you assessed at and what you feel that the assessed value is is approximately
550.
6,700, 190. The difference between the two numbers of what the assessed value is that you're seeking. But in order to come up with the appraised value, we need to the assessed value is 0.7 of the appraised value.
Okay.
So we'll balance all that out by dividing the your number by 0.7.
Okay.
So the fair market value is not the assessed value. It's going to be this assessed value is 70% of the appraised value. Okay. Has your house been changed in any way in recent years? Is it FEMA compliant?
It's FEMA compliant because after Sandy, I had to raise my house to the required FEMA limits. I think it was raised to 13 feet above ground level. That was in right after Sandy.
How many feet did you say?
I think it was 12 and a half to 13 feet. I'm not positive about that.
And it is FEMA compliant?
Yes, sir, it is.
So, can you share with me your reasons?
Yes, I certainly
before
can.
we do that, sir.
Yes.
I do have to swear you in.
Okay.
Okay. So if you don't mind, yes, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Great. Next to you is a sheet of paper. If you could sign that to indicate your appearance and that you've been sworn in. And then I'll take that.
Okay.
That's great.
This is the
third.
Third day of March.
Yes, sir.
You want me to write the appeal number down here too? 249?
Yes, please.
I should do that. Okay, member of Board Assessment Appeals.
I sign.
You're Harold, right?
Yes, I'll sign.
Okay, here you go, sir. Thank you.
All righty. Now, please tell me very succinctly why you feel that the price, the market value of your home should be less than what the town has.
Okay. Well, to start with, the house is 76 years old, and I bought the house in 1982, and some of the outside siding and everything is still the same as it was when I bought the house. That's number one. 70. Also, since I always had a little flooding problem in the back of the property because there is a marsh that runs parallel to Lally Boulevard in back of some of the houses on Lally Boulevard, and I usually had up to Sandy, I had about maybe 20 to 25 feet of flooding in the back of my property with heavy rains and stuff like that. And now, since Sandy, a lot of houses have been built, big, huge houses on my house, surrounding my house. And my house is the smallest house on the street. And as these houses are being built, it seems that the runoff from storms and stuff like that has increased. And now, in a heavy storm, the property next to me, 510 Lally Boulevard, and mine, we have almost like a river running through the two properties. Mine is a little bit higher and his is lower. And between the two properties on a really heavy rain, the water actually runs through part of my property and most of his property. and empties into the marshland in the back of our houses. Now, instead of the 20 to 25 feet unusable land in the back of my house right now it got to about 40 feet, 45 feet, where it takes a day, day and a half, or 2 days to drain out back into the marsh. And I thought that was pretty bad from my property. And that's all that I have. The age of the house and the new flooding property that I didn't experience prior to Sandy, and the building of the new houses around my house.
Okay. So you can't grow many vegetables back there?
No. No. I don't know what you can grow in water.
Rice.
Rice. Okay. Very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I just want to let you know that area that floods isn't flooded all the time. It's just after a
heavy rain.
A heavy rain, or a moderate to heavy rain. And it lasts, if it's a really heavy rain, it lasts for about 2 days before it completely drains out into the big marsh behind Lowry Boulevard.
Understood.
Thank you.
Okay, I see your notes here.
Yes.
Again, I just wanted to clarify that the numbers that you have put down for the town's value is the assessed value, not the market value.
Right.
And we'll adjust that accordingly
Okay.
to see what the actual difference is.
Okay.
And your opinion of the market value of $550,000, again, is assessed value and not market value. And we'll adjust that accordingly.
Yes, sir.
As well. Do you agree?
I agree to that, sir.
Okay. All right. Mr. McInerney, I thank you for coming in today.
Well, I thank you.
Just to let you know what the next steps will be.
Yes.
There are 9 members of the board. We are all volunteers to assist our fellow citizens in.
Are you
I'm not
you don't belong to the company that is the assessment?
No, we're all private individuals, Fairfield residents, taxpayers like you.
Okay.
And we are volunteers to act as advocates, if you will, for our fellow citizens, to collect information about their appeals, and then the board will meet to deliberate and discuss your particular appeal.
Okay.
And we have 9 members, so we'll need a quorum of at least 5 people to vote.
Uh-huh.
The vote will determine whether your appeal is granted or denied, or it could also be granted in part.
Okay.
And a letter will be sent to you within 7 days of when we do that deliberation and voting with our decision. And as I say, indicate granted in part, or not granted. Okay. In which case, if it is granted, you can't come back for 5 years until the next reevaluation.
All right.
If it's granted. If it is denied, then you can come back next year again and appeal.
Okay.
And if you're dissatisfied with the decision, you also have the option to take it to the state court. Is your option as well, and that will be explained in the letter that gets sent to you. Okay. The letter will go out 7 days after we deliberate, so it should get to you by the end of the month, first week of April.
Okay.
All right?
That's perfect.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you, Harold. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
You have a good day and stay safe. Don't you feel better now that you had the 2 vaccines?
I feel a lot more comfortable.
Oh boy, I tell you, it's what a blessing that is.
Less worry on my head. And my wife.
That's right. Have a great day, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
I'll leave the door open for you?
Yes, please, for the next person.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Levy?
Yep.
Hi. Shut the door, please, because we're being recorded and I don't want any ambient noise. So you can use your outside voice here because this is the phone that's picking up your... Welcome. My name is Harold Zawatsky. I'm one of the volunteers on the Board of Assessment Appeals, and I'm here to gather information for this hearing of your appeal. So just to get started, I want to verify some information. Your appeal number is 480.
Yes.
And the address that you're appealing is 194 Millard Street.
Yes.
And you are William Levy or
Levy.
Levy. Okay. And you are an owner?
Correct.
Along with Justine. Well, today is Wednesday, March 3rd. Hearing time is starting at 9:35. And the amount that you are requesting for your appeal is $890,800?
That's what it's currently at.
Okay. Then I need to ask you to correct this information because
Oh, I gotcha.
the town has you at $890,800.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wouldn't mind, put that in where you have the word Fairfield and initial it.
Gotcha. So put 890, 800 there, right?
Yes. And initial it, please.
Okay.
And then where the 890 is now, cross that out and put in what you believe the fair market value is as of October 1st, 2020.
Do the calculation.
That is what the value is that you feel the town should adjust your appraised value to.
So the evidence I have it's basically comps from other houses.
Understood. We'll get into that for a moment.
Just put a value down.
Just for the value purposes now, and then we'll begin our discussions. Next step is I would like to swear you in.
Gotcha.
Thank you, sir. All right. If you don't mind, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Next to you under that pen is a form to indicate your presence and that you've been sworn in, and the appeal number is 480.
Third, right?
Today is March 3rd, yes. Lose track being home so much.
Sorry, what was your last name again?
I'll sign it for me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So if you would please, sir, this is your opportunity to state why you feel that the board should consider your reduction from the town's value of $890,800 to $780,800.
Okay. So I did some research with other houses in the area, comparing square footage, total appraised value, sale price, and the valuation of either an increase or decrease in their tax value. So the first comp is 21 South Benson Common. The 194 Millard Street is 2637 square feet. 21 South Benson is 3,020 square feet, so it's considerably larger. The sale date was December 2019, so it's in that first base area.
Close to it.
Yeah. The total appraised value is $788,300. The sale price was $745,000. Their taxes went down 3.7%. And I can give you the sheet so you don't have to write it down.
Yes.
323 Old Post Road. That square feet is 2616, so basically the same size. Sale date was October 20th, and total appraisal value is $711,400. Sale price was $879. Their taxes went down 11%. Next one is 7 Ennis Lane. That square footage is 3239, which is significantly bigger. Sale date is September 20. Total appraised value is $822,100. Their sale price was $899, and theirs went up 3%. 836 Reef Road is 2737, so it's a little bit bigger. January 2020 is the sale date. The total appraisal value is $767,600. Sale price $705. Theirs also went up only 3%. 36 Michaela Circle is 2728, so slightly bigger. August 2020. Total appraisal value $784,400. Sale price $810, and theirs went up 3.8%. The last one is 188 Roland. It is 3131 square feet, so significantly larger. Their sale date is 2 months out of the first base, so it's in the secondary time frame, December 2020. Their appraisal value is $799,100. Sale price was $1.5, and their taxes went down 9.9%. So with the sort of 3 on the negative, 3 percentages on the negative, from 3.7, 9.9, and 11% decrease, also the 3, and 3.8% increase, the value that was kind of what I was getting to before we started, was the value. I basically put what the value is now. So I basically, because of the negative and the increase, I basically kept it the same as it is, the number that I wrote down first. So I think with...
But that is what the town has to assess that, the 9,800. Is that what you're referring to?
No, the new number that I wrote down,
Number that
the
you
780. Right.
800 is what your
That's
opinion is.
basically a minor increase. I think currently, or what it was previous to the valuation was 770, or somewhere around there.
Right. And so you're stating that it's been increased 13.5%.
Right. From what it was. So I don't know how it came to that number, since these 6 are either decreased, 2 of them significantly, and the 3 increases are only 3%.
Understood. Well, I think that the information that you provided with the comps.
Nope, you're not Harold.
The information that you provided with the comps certainly helps to give us the information that we need for our deliberations.
Okay.
Anything else you wish to add?
No. Do we get informed, or?
So, yes, I'll explain that the next steps, sir, is that the 9-member board, we are all volunteers doing this, will meet later this month to deliberate and come to a decision. You will receive a letter notification within 7 days of our vote in the deliberations. Either your appeal will be denied, or it will be approved or approved in part. If it is approved, then you have to wait 5 years to come back during the next evaluation, if it's approved. If it's denied, you can come back next year to appeal again, or you can submit an appeal to the state court, and that will be explained in the letter that will be sent to you.
Okay.
Right, so you will get a decision by the end of the month. With the mail, it might be the first week of April, in that time frame.
And I appreciate your volunteer. I'm also a member of the task force, Sustainable Task Force for Fairfield.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, well, you know what's involved in being a volunteer.
Exactly.
And we're here to be advocates for fellow taxpayers and to help with their appeal.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Have a good one. All day for you today?
9 to 12.
Not too bad.
Sometimes I have morning, sometimes evening.
Oh, that's probably not fun.
4 to 9. We have to accommodate people's schedules.
Right. Well,
thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.
This is good. Yes, please.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Okay, right. And that's why I think I personally having you guys need copies, because the highlights don't really come through. Well, you have copies, you have all this. Correct. Yeah. So when I don't get those, so when I'm looking at it online, I'm like, okay, so it's great to have a highlight. And help you do all correctly. Whatever year, 3 years ago, because it was crazy evaluation then, and they kind of came to the board, they're like, yeah, you're right. And then, so I don't think it's human error, although I did talk to this guy, this appraisal, that I have copies of, and he just didn't change anything, and I don't think, but I was like, listen, I'm a realtor, I need to get appraisal as well. It's a valid argument, so. And then, so, but I do say I'm here to land you're yelling at the essentially 31,000 so that is fine. I was on the tomorrow. I know you hear that all the time, but literally you got your parking lot here. And I've got the on-ramp here.
Good morning, sir. Hi. How are you today? Come in. I'll ask you to please shut the door so we don't have the ambient noise.
That's why you have that really high octane divider there, right?
Yes. Please take a seat here.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Busy probably, right?
Yes. We have a lot of appeals to hear.
Yeah, no doubt.
You are Mr. Hannum?
That's right, sir.
How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Good. We're being recorded
Okay.
in real time, and also the public has the opportunity to call into this line to listen to us in real time.
Okay.
And I just wanted you to be aware of that. I wanted to just check off some of the information that we have and ask you to confirm it. Your appeal number is 384.
Correct.
The property that you're appealing is 644 Roland Road.
That's correct.
You are Mr. Lee Hannum,
That's correct.
and you are joint owner with your wife, Megan Hannum.
Yes, sir.
Your mailing address is 1153 Black Rock Turnpike.
Nope. It's 644 Roland Road.
It is the address that you have on your appeal form, right?
644 Roland, correct.
644 Roland.
Where's Black Rock Turnpike coming from?
Your zip code is?
06824.
Okay. I'm not sure. It appears on your card.
On the field card?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know if you have a copy of the field card there.
I don't have a copy. I gave it to you, actually. I didn't make a copy for myself.
Like this?
Oh, wait, that's not my field card. That's not my house.
That's not your house.
Let me see it again. No, sir. Here's, can I call? This is my information.
Thank you very much. If you can give me a moment, I'll go downstairs to the assessor's office and see if I can straighten this out.
Okay. I think that the copy I just gave you, that's my field card, right? Or that's something I can get online.
It is a field card light. If you go to Vision,
Yeah.
and in the upper right-hand corner, there's a red box that says field card.
Yeah.
That gives you the whole field card, like you have, like the one I showed you with more detail.
Oh, okay.
But I'll be back to get the correct field card,
That'd be good. Thanks.
and I'll get you a copy as well.
Thank you.
Okay. You're going to bring that up to me. All right, Mr. Hanna, what happened was your appeal number is 384.
Yep.
And the information that they put in was for 484.
Oh, well.
They're going to bring me the corrected.
Hey, that's why there's erasers on pencils. Mistakes happen. Not quite as windy today as it was yesterday, huh?
No, and it should warm up, I think, to the 50s, so that'll get rid of the rest of the snow. I'll be
It's
right
March.
back.
March happens.
Yeah. March Madness.
Yeah, there you go.
I know where you went to.
All right, so
Okay. You have 384 today? You have, oh, you have it for 384?
No.
You need 384.
All righty. Okay, we'll look in the other folder and see if they misplaced it.
Okay.
This is your field card,
Okay, this is the real thing. All right, gotcha.
and that is your home on the back?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hello? 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 It's back on. I can fill in the rest.
Okay.
So, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment of field noun questions shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello. Oh, you're here.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
These are the same?
Yep.
So I can take this information out and give this back to you?
Yes, it could be they couldn't find your folder. Let's see,
So this is Mr. Hannum,
yes.
384.
Mm-hmm.
Does this look like the document that you
Yep, that's
received
mine.
and signed?
Yep, I have a copy of that.
All right, great. We're
Look at how special you had two folders.
back on track.
Two of the same color.
Everybody has purple this year.
Next year, if you come back, it might be orange.
No, you know what you should do? Save some cash, just flip them inside out and make them pink.
Oh, we have to keep these.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, forever.
Forever, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello.
One quick question. Did she give you one of these when you came in at the desk downstairs?
At the desk? No, I
No.
just got it today. I mean,
Okay.
just got it right now.
Oh, did you already sign it?
Yes.
Okay. From now on, Catherine is going to actually put their appeal number on it and hand it to them when they come in the door. So you don't need a staff.
Either way.
Yeah, it'll just be faster. Then they'll have it in their hand and they'll be, yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
But by having them here and seeing them, it helps me remember.
Well, they'll have it in their hand when they walk in. But we'll see. I'll leave the extra ones here for you.
Leave one here.
I'll leave the extras.
Leave it here.
I'll hang it up on there for you.
We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work, we'll make it do it.
Thank
the door
you.
closed?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Mr. Hannum, I see an affidavit in here. But you're the owner.
Correct.
So you are representing the property, so that's fine. Yeah, David is here, but it's so you've been sworn in, and this is your opportunity to share with me your reason for appealing your property.
Okay. So, well, now we got things straightened out of where I live, 644 Roland Road. That's a good thing. I've done some comparable properties size-wise and bedroom-wise that have sold in the last 6 months or so in my area. I can share them with you. I think I shared them with you on my original appeal, but I have copies here as well. The first one I want to talk about is 333 Roland Road. Obviously, Roland Road, same place, same road that I live on. The same square footage approximately is 2,068 square feet, 0.24 acres, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. In June of last year, it sold for $847,400. So as a comparable house, it's about $200,000 less than what my my assessment is, or my appraisal is to the town. The next one I want to look at is 402 Ruane Street. And 402 Ruane Street is a little bit larger of a house in square footage. It's 2290. Property size is about the same, 2.23 acres. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Wait a second. Do I want to do Ruane? No, I'm not Ruane. I don't want to. I'm sorry. Ruane is not the one I want to look at. Oh, I know what it is. Fern Street. Back up.
Yes.
108 Fern Street. Property size is 2,037 square feet, 0.22 acres, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It sold in November of last year, so just 3 months ago, for $880,000. All right, and the last one I want to talk to you or mention to you is on Oyster. And the number is 79 Oyster Road, I'm sorry. It's 2,184 square feet, so it's a smidgen larger than our house. 0.22 acres, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, with a swimming pool. And we have a swimming pool in our property as well. And in April of this past year, it sold for $675,000. So each of those properties is very, very comparable, if not larger than our property, and they sold for approximately $200,000 to $400,000 less, or $200,000 to $350,000 less than our property is assessed. And another thing I want to mention is we have done no substantial improvements on the property at all. The property started out, the footprint of the house has not changed in the last 20 years. We did have to raise the property after Superstorm Sandy, so to make it FEMA compliant. That cost about $175,000. So I wouldn't consider that an improvement. I would just consider that something we had to do because of,
What year was that?
that was last 2 years. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago. I don't know if it was 4 years ago or not. It was 4 years after Sandy happened.
There might be mention of that in your record.
I'm sure there is, because it was sitting on. It needed to be raised up. It was
elevated on October 1st, 2018.
18. Okay, so there you go. So 3 years ago. Or it'll be coming up in 3 years. So that was something we had to do. It was deemed substantially damaged by the town. We had to do the improvement because of that substantial damage.
Yes.
And nothing has changed as far as the property. We didn't put any additions on it. We didn't we didn't do anything special. I mean, we're just regular homeowners that have lived there for the last 30 years.
Understood. All right. Anything that you want to give me to add to the file, or do I have the comps that you mentioned?
If you don't have the comps that I mentioned, which we don't need this one, but there's oyster, fern, and Roland. And it's the 3 comps.
I think I have them
But
here.
you may have them there. I just wanted to.
79 oyster.
Yes.
108 fern.
Yes, sir. And 333 Roland.
And 333 Roland.
Okay,
I have
good.
all that information
Okay, good.
in the file.
Okay.
Thank you. So just to let you know what the next steps will be, is that the board will be meeting. We are 9 members, so we'll need a quorum to vote. 5 members. We'll be meeting later on this month.
Okay.
To discuss and deliberate the information that you provided, and you will be notified by mail by the board's decision within 7 days of our decision, which will be in March.
Okay.
If your appeal is approved, that's good. If it is denied, if it is approved, by the way, you have to wait 5 years to come back to appeal again. If it's approved.
I understand.
If it's denied, you can come back next year.
Okay.
Also, if you disagree with the decision, you can take it to the Supreme Court of the State of Connecticut. And other than that, the letter will be sent to you within 7 days of the decision date.
Good. I do have one quick question for you, though.
Yes, sir.
As far as the assessment is concerned, Roland Road it seems like there's certain clip marks of different zones. There's B1, B2, B3, or something like that. And,
yes, sir.
And from talking to the neighbors, the property values or the land values are dramatically different from the top of Roland Road to the bottom of Roland Road. And I don't have, no one can give an explanation of that.
I'm afraid that I can't add to that either, because we're just volunteer citizens gathering the information. We obviously not appraisers or
I didn't know if you had any anecdotal information about it.
No, I don't. I can't guess how the appraisal company did their divisions.
I think
but that is a question that you can take to the office downstairs, and hopefully they can shed some light on that for you.
Sure. Yeah, I just didn't know if I'm sure it has come up before. I'm pretty sure I know how they did that. They used the magic 8 ball.
I can't say, because I don't know either. I'm just dealing within the framework that the appraisal company provided, with the information that they provided, and with to us through the assessor's office. So questions regarding that, I think, are best directed to the assessor's office.
Yep, no worries. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for understanding.
No, it's worth. Like I say, you're hearing a lot of people, and maybe you have the answer right off the top of your head, like, oh, this is why, but no big deal. It's not your job, and I understand that.
It's based upon a lot of calculations and a lot of formulas that I'm just not privy to.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's a magic 8 ball.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're all set, Harold?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You too.
Well, we got the right property, right?
Yes, sorry for that mix-up. Hello, hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Just wanted to check, did you guys find a pair of glasses?
No.
Someone called, he had yesterday interview.
No, I did not see any glasses here, and I was here last night
Okay, thank you.
in the morning.
Okay. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? Okay?
Good.
Okay, great.
I thought that my phone disconnected by itself at some point. I had to restart it, but I'm connected now.
And you're recording, that's the most
And I'm
important
recording.
thing. Okay. Yeah, we don't know why the lines are dropping. Judy's dropped this morning as well.
It did as well,
so-
and the phone was not off the hook or anything like that.
Yeah, no, if nobody touches the table, it should be good.
Nobody shook the table.
Yeah,
But I check it periodically, and if
Wonderful.
I see that it's gone off, I'll try to backtrack as much as I can.
if these are done, we're sort of in a new mode. You can just take it and put it in a pile, and those you'll turn into down at the desk.
Yeah,
Okay, you take them out later?
I would take it out later.
All right.
Let me make sure it's not missing. I'll take it out later when I finish and give them the whole pile.
Perfect.
And
She's not, Catherine was maybe going to date or enter them while she's sitting there, but she doesn't have a computer yet, so it's fine.
And then I'll make 3 copies of my notes, 2 in the folder and 1 for me.
Yeah, that's the process. That's a little sticky, but I think it's okay.
And we have to remind people, I was going to send an email, but I'm telling people as I see them, and I'll be back this afternoon to tell the afternoon folk to put the appeal number on all new documents that are handed to us.
Yes.
I did have a bit confusion because in the last one, I had the appeal information from another property in my folder, so
That can happen.
we had to back up.
There was a Post Road one that was mixed up. I don't know if that was it or not. So.
No, it was a beach property mixed up with the Black Rock.
Oh, dear. Okay. And I think the rest of your morning is one person. I believe you're getting Greg Lane for the rest of the morning. Is that accurate on your sheet? He may already be here. So you start with Greg Lane. He may or may not bring his. Are you done with the Carlin Drive, or you haven't had that one yet? I don't even know what time it is.
No, that's at
10:15. Okay. And then you get Greg for the rest of the morning. So he has been, at least last night, he sometimes brought his appellant, the owner with him, and sometimes he didn't. So that would just be the part at the bottom. That's actually the person who walks in the room, not you. So if it was the owner, I'm going to change this to a checkbox. Just put O if it was the owner.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to revise that to make it a little easier. As long as your name is up here, you're good.
Of course.
We know it was you. Yeah.
Just signing happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The note
Here I
sheet,
put the
you will have to
person's
sign
name.
your note sheet because that,
Yes.
yeah.
Uh,
Like I said,
I'll get these in order too.
Yeah, do you want your 10:15 or you
Yes.
want me to send,
I'll
and maybe
put the
they're not
person's
here
name.
yet. Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're good, so things are going good. So,
Yeah.
okay. Other than we don't know why the conference lines are dropping.
Drop by themselves.
They're like $10 a month or something, or $20 a month. They're so cheap. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but certainly it wasn't a huge expense. So the WebEx, I think, is different. But anyway.
Thank you for checking.
Okay, and Catherine seems to be doing fine. I'm going to close you. Yeah, I'm going to have her close the door.
Yeah, that would be good.
It's okay. It's just echoing in other rooms.
I have one commercial that Catherine? Hello. Doing well. Yeah. Actually,
You have one?
I did.
That's done?
Yes. I have one at 10 o'clock and they down to 10:30 and the rest of it is a straight shot through.
All right.
Oh, so they put a wall in here, huh? A little temporary.
Well, we
That's
thought
like a-
that we might need the other room.
Like a New York City apartment where they make another bedroom.
But there wasn't enough of a sound barrier to make it feasible to do that.
Oh, because they couldn't really. Well, they probably could if they wanted to, but it'd be more work. Oh, there's John Mitsopoulos. What's he doing these days? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea.
Plato works for Ganem. Mike Tetro. Gladly.
Bear with me 1 minute.
Go ahead. Take your time.
I need to bring something back downstairs to the office, so I'll be right back.
No problem.
Okay. At least I'm getting some exercise. All right, we're being recorded, as you know.
Yes.
So let me just, this is Harold Zawatsky. We're beginning this hearing at approximately 10:37 a.m. And your... Okay. So, Mr. Lane, how are you today?
Good morning. I'm well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Good. Let me just review some information. The appeal that we're discussing this morning is 275, appeal number 275.
Yes.
And the property address is 124 Edward Street.
Yes.
The owner is Simador, Gerald, and Colleen.
Yes.
Simador.
Yes.
Town has the property valued at $2,025,900.
Yes.
And the owner's estimate of the market value is $1,800,000.
That's correct.
And today is Wednesday, March 3rd, and the hearing time is 10:37. And I am Harold Zawatsky, the board member. Representing the owner is Greg Lane Property Consultants. Do you have an affidavit for me?
Yes, I have an affidavit, and I have two original color appraisals for you and the board.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. I gave two to Judy, and Judy was like, "What's the extra one for?" I said, "Well, when you go in front of the board, you can then pass it around to everybody. It's easier." She said, "Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you very much." No problem. Do you want to...
Let me swear you in.
Exactly.
And I will be swearing you in for this hearing and the subsequent hearing, and we will call out those numbers accordingly.
Yes.
Mr. Lane, if you could please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, please sign the document to indicate your presence and that you've been sworn in.
That's for you. Sure, you're welcome.
All right, Mr. Lane, this is your opportunity to present the reasons why the owner believes, and you believe, that the opinion, your opinion of the fair market value as of October 1st, 2020 should be $1,800,000 versus what the town's value at $2,025,900.
Okay, certainly. Good morning, Harold. Let's back up a little bit. What should be noted, I listened to the audio podcast that was presented by the reevaluation company, and it came to my attention when listening to Mr. Fazio that in his search parameter process, typically the time span that we can do our search is from 10/1/2019 to 10/1/2020. He said during the podcast he increased his search parameters to go back to January 1st, 2019. And this is important. So I went back from my sale, the beach properties that I am representing property owners, and I apologize, Harold. I did find one more comparable that sold within that time frame, and it brought the value down from $1,800,000 to $1,750,000. So that should be noted. That's important. So we might want to circle and initial the petition that says 1/8. I could put the 1,750 and then,
Am I looking at the appraisal form?
well, this
Oh.
is what I turned in. I was gonna change that 1.8 to 1,750. The appraisal does say 1,750,000.
Oh, I see, yes. You wish to change the fair market value from 1,800,000
Yes,
to 1,750,000.
750. And
Would you indicate this on this copy and
Yes.
initial, please?
yes. And the reason for that is, for the reason that I just stated before, was the search parameters have been expanded, and everyone is just trying to be more accurate.
So look,
My understanding.
you are therefore looking back to sales after January
First,
1st, 2019.
correct.
Got it.
Yes. And again, that was just based upon the other, the comparables utilized by the revaluation company, and I was just following suit with them to try and be more fair to my client. I actually did some for some other properties. The value went up. So it did work both ways for the properties. So I know our time is limited here. The property is 124 Edward Street. It's a single-family home. It was built approximately 2015. There are 11 rooms, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. The square footage is approximately 3,980 square feet. I found 3 other sales that occurred on Edward Street. And I should also note, this is very important, the marketplace has been increasing, and the sales prices have increased in Fairfield County. I am using a positive time adjustment, meaning that I'm making a positive adjustment to my comparable sales that sold after April 1st, 2020, up until the reval date, 10/1/2020. So I used a 12% per year time adjustment, so it's 1% a month. So if the sales occurred before April 1st, 2020, there would be a 6% positive time adjustment to those sales, and that's reflected in the grid of my sales. If you turn to where the sales are, they're all on Edward Street. The
Yes.
first one is 184 Edward. It sold in June of 2020, so I added a 4% increase, which is substantial. But again, I'm just trying to be accurate for all parties involved, and trying to make the job of the people on the board easier if I can. So all the comps are on the same street. They all were in 2020. They're all within 1/10 of a mile. My fourth comparable, that's where I did go back in time for that sale, and that occurred in, I think that one was actually older, 12/18/20. So
That's the one on 365 Lally Boulevard?
Lally, yes. So between the sales, I didn't do any major adjustments. They all have similar acreage. They're all newer homes, similar square footage, and the adjusted values basically come up with a market value of $1,750,000. You have a range of the adjusted values from 1,675 to $1,008,000. So we kind of plopped it right in the middle there.
I see that the Simidor home was purchased on August 11th, 2017, and the sales price was $1,879,000.
Okay.
We understand that prices, home values have increased
Right.
in Fairfield. So is the owner asking for an appraisal that is less than they paid for the home more than 3 years ago?
Well, I believe what the homeowner asked me to do was to see if the new value with the town, the $2,025,900, was accurate. the sale occurred back in 2017. It was a different marketplace, and if you look at the sales, they're all on Edward. I did make positive time adjustments. I don't know if he paid too much for it back in 2017. I don't have an answer for you. I'm just trying to give you an accurate indicator of the value, of other houses similar to his on the street. And if you look at the comps, I'm not lowballing anything. First comp sold for $1,510,000. The second comp $1,559,000. I think he paid too much money for it. To tell you the truth.
well, I mean, they must have liked the house.
I guess.
Good enough.
I guess.
But I also noticed that for some reason it's marked as an unqualified sale. Do you have any?
For the subject property? When it was, I think.
Yes.
He may have bought it directly from the builder. I don't even think there was a listing, to tell you the truth. So that could be why it seems to be a bit of a premium for the property. I don't have a listing for him when he bought it because he bought it directly from the builder. There is no MLS listing for that.
Do you have any information if he was the builder?
If what?
He would not have bought it for that price then from himself. Okay.
No, you can
That's
see
a
here.
silly question.
Yeah, the land was purchased in 2013 for $630,000, and then it was purchased by a trustee.
Yes.
For the $1,745,000 in 2015. I don't know, but it seems. I don't know. It seems a little fishy. I try not to spend too much time on past sales because I don't know the circumstances behind them.
Yes.
I'm just trying to be accurate with the value as of the 10/1/2020, and I was very happy to find 3 sales right on Edward.
Yes.
I did use positive time adjustments on all the sales, so I didn't discount the factor of the market going up. I don't have an answer for his purchase price back in 2017. It seems excessive.
Understood. All right. We don't have to dig into that too much more. You presented the appraisal and your opinion in association with the owner. So I think we can. Is there any additional information besides the appraisals that you want me to add to the folder?
No, Harold. I'm fine. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Well, as you know, the board will be meeting to do a majority vote after deliberations and consideration of the information that you provided, and notification will be mailed on the board's decision, and that will be mailed to the owner at 124 Edward Street in Fairfield, Connecticut.
I think that'll probably go to me, Harold.
Contact information, yes. Greg Lane Property Consultants, P.O. Box 578, Southport. Yes. My mail station as well. All right. I thank you for that correction.
Okay, sure.
And if the appeal is approved, you will receive a letter in 7 days. If it is denied, you will receive a letter also. If it's approved, you cannot come back to appeal within 5 years until the next revaluation. If it is denied, you have the right to come back next year, and if you disagree with the opinion of the board and the letter that's sent to you, you have the option to file with the state court.
Go to court. Okay. I understand. Thank you.
All right, moving to the next. The next property on our agenda is, and we are beginning this appeal at 10:53 a.m. on March the 3rd. This appeal is being represented by Mr. Greg Lane of Greg Lane Property Consultants. Please confirm, Mr. Lane, that we are hearing appeal number 456.
Yes,
That's correct?
yes, that's correct.
And the property is located at 69 Edward Street
Yes,
in Fairfield. The owner of the property is Monica Flanagan,
yes,
and the town has the property assessed at $1,022,000, and it is the appellant's or the owner's opinion that the fair market value is $875,000. Is that correct?
that's correct, and that number has not changed. That stays $875,000.
All right, and the reason for the appeal is excessive land and improvement value, and you have previously been sworn in,
Yes.
so we don't need to do that again for appeal number 456. So you are welcome to proceed with your presentation.
Okay, thank you. I'm handing Harold a agent certification and 2 original appraisals of the subject property.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The subject property is a single-family home on Edward Street in the beach area of Fairfield. I would like to take a moment to thank Harold for his time, thank the board for their time. It's an arduous process and at times probably thankless, and I just want to make them aware that I do know that they're spending lots of time, and I want to thank you.
Thank you.
So similar to the previous beach property on Edward we were talking about, the marketplace is still increasing. I'm using the same time adjustment of a positive 12% per year, which is 1% per month. The subject property is a beach house that has been lifted, and it was built in 1957, and it was lifted on or about 2017. So myself being the appraiser, I felt to try and find other houses in close proximity to my subject that had been raised also. There is a property, which is my comp number 1, at 133 Rhoda Avenue, that has been raised, and it's very similar to my subject. It's in better shape because when they raised it, they also rehabbed it. And that sale occurred on March 31st of 2020. So the positive time adjustment there was for 6%. So that was added on to the value. And that sale is probably the most relevant sale. The other 2 certainly, well, there's actually 3 more. One's on Roland Road, but they're all within a quarter mile, and they all occurred. One did occur back in November of 2019, so there was a fairly substantial time adjustment with that one also. But I found older capes, colonials down in the beach area, Penfield, Lally, Rhoda, so those are all right in the same area, and made adjustments for the bath counts, the square footage. Some had basements, some didn't. So my opinion of value at the $875 is certainly justified by all 4 of my adjusted values with my comparables.
Okay, I've received the appraisal and the affidavit. And this home was last sold in September of 2011. The sales price was $800,000. Currently, it is assessed by the town at $1,022,000.
That's the market value, not the assessment.
The assessed value by the town.
It's the
Appraised value.
Yes,
Excuse me.
the
Appraised value.
Yes.
Appraised value of $1,022,000, and the owner is requesting a reduction to $875,000.
That's correct.
Summarized.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Anything
You're welcome.
else you wish to add?
Not for this property at this time.
All right.
Thank you.
As previously said, we will be meeting with a quorum of the Board of Assessment Appeals later on this month, and the decision will be sent to you via mail within 7 days to your contact information address, and you will have the option to, if denied, to reappeal within 1 year. If it is approved, then you cannot appeal again until the next reevaluation in 5 years. And if you disagree with the findings of the board,
Aye.
then you can appeal to the state courts.
Okay, I understand.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Harold. Do we have a...
Gentleman who's here, 111 Edward Street.
Bob Camarda.
Right, can I send him up?
He's next. Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, yep.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. I think he's probably the only one. He's not going to show. I don't think he show forward, definitely. So I think this is the only one. There might be one more after, but I don't think so.
And this is your representative. I mean, you're representing this owner.
I am.
The little backwards post.
Harold, this is Bob Camarda.
Hello, Mr. Camarda. I'm Harold Zawatsky. I'm a member of the Board of Assessment Appeals.
Nice to meet you.
The board is made up of volunteers, fellow taxpayers in Fairfield, and we are here to gather information that is being presented on the taxpayers' behalf as to reasons why you feel that the town's valuation of your property should be lowered. So, you are being represented here by Mr. Greg Lane of Greg Lane Property Consultants. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to review some information.
Go ahead, certainly.
Mr. Lane can specify. This is appeal number 283.
Yes, sir.
The property address is 111 Edward Street.
Yes.
And you are representing the owner, Robert F. Camarda.
I am.
The town has the property valued at $1,017,600.
Yes.
And the owner is asking for a reduction to a fair market value as of October 1st, 2020 of $900,000.
That's correct.
Today is March the 3rd, 2021, and the time is 11:02 a.m. Hearing room number 1, and my name again is Harold Zawatsky. Having previously been sworn in, it is not necessary for Mr. Lane to be sworn in again.
Okay. So I have a agent certification from the homeowner, and I have 2 original color copies of the appraisal for yourself and for the board.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harold.
I have the agent certification and 2 copies of the appraisal provided by Greg Lane of Greg Lane Property Consultants. All right. Would you please summarize?
Certainly. Again, thank you, Harold, for spending your time here on the board. We do appreciate everything you're doing and the people on the board. With 650 appeals, I wouldn't want to be on the board.
I'm not hearing them all myself.
I know. You are talented, but, you know. And again, I know I have said this previously. We are using positive time adjustments based upon the marketplace, and sales have been increasing. The properties that I utilize for this property are actually very similar to the property that I just testified on, and Bob's house was also raised, correct? So it's very similar to the one we were just talking about. And again...
Excuse me, was that for FEMA compliance?
Yes.
Yes. And is the home FEMA compliant now?
It is.
Thank you.
Yes. So the subject property is a single-family dwelling. It was built in approximately 1957, and then it was lifted 2015? 16?
Right around there.
Okay, so like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So it is FEMA compliant. As I said, it's a single-family dwelling. The comparables utilized, again, I just tried to find other houses. It's, you know, that was not brand new, such as many of the houses down by the beach. It's an older house, and tried to get similar square footage. Some of them are in better shape. Some are in not as good a shape. They're all within a quarter mile, and I did use the positive time adjustments, like I said, Harold, and just utilizing all the sales, Roland, Lally, Penfield, Rhoda, and the subjects there on Edward, so they're all right within, I wouldn't say stone's throw distance, but maybe driving distance with a golf ball, you know. So they're all very similar. They all happen within the time frame. So my estimated value is $900,000, and again, the comps are all similar: site size, square footage, age. So we're just trying to be fair with the market value.
Yes. I see that the property was raised in April 2014, Sandy elevated dwelling. I believe that's correct. Okay. So again, just to summarize, the town is valuing the property at $1,017,600.
Yes.
And the appellant's opinion of the fair market value is $900,000.
That's correct.
And you provided comps to support that.
I did.
Opinion.
Right.
Okay. Anything else you want to add to the file?
Not that I believe. Not today, thank you. Bob,
right.
do you have anything you think would be of interest, or did I make a mistake anywhere?
I don't think so.
You think we're okay?
I know the previous field card said I had 3 full baths, but I really only have 2.5.
Right, and I think that was on there. Yeah, yeah. So that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we should be good with that. Yeah. So, yeah, I think at this point in time, maybe you just want to follow through with Bob and let him know as far as when the hearings are, when the results might be.
Yes, I will. I'm going to make a note because I see on the card here it does say total bathrooms 3, and you're stating that you have 2 full baths and 1 half bath.
That's correct.
All the other rooms are
Accurate.
stated correct accurately?
4 bedrooms, and then kitchen, living room, dining room.
That's it.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. All right. Mr. Camarda, you're here as well with Mr. Lane. So let me share with you what the next steps are going to be. I will be presenting, I'm one of the 9 board members, I will be presenting your petition and the information that's been provided to a majority of the board when we meet to do our deliberations, and we will discuss and consider the information that's been provided, and we will vote on it. We will make a decision either to support and approve the appeal or deny the appeal, and you will receive written notification within 7 days of that decision date.
I'll receive that.
Okay. That will be received by Mr. Lane, and that will take place in the month of March. If your appeal is approved, you cannot come back and appeal again for 5 years until the next reevaluation. If it is denied, you will have the opportunity to come back next year. And if you disagree with the decision of the board, you can file with the state courts of Connecticut to get some relief there. So instructions on how to appeal in the courts will be in the decision letter as well.
Okay, that's very welcome. Very good.
Okay?
Hear about that later.
Anything else I can help you gentlemen with?
I don't think so today.
All right.
We should be good.
Then we can move on to the next appeal.
All right,
Thank you, Greg. Nice meeting you, Mr. Zwasky.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Yep, appreciate your help.
Okay, thanks. All right, see you. This appeal number 283 is being ended at 11:10 a.m. on March 3rd. Moving right along.
So is 276 next?
276, yes.
Okay. The guy who was just here, he is a building inspector, and if you think I'm busy being an appraiser, he is just bonkers. Just all the buyers, and they want to buy the house. Of course, they got 7 people behind them who also want to buy it, and they need the building inspection done yesterday.
Yes.
So he's a crazy man. He makes us look like we're slow. You know, the appraisers, the building inspectors, they're just flat out. I don't know how he's doing it.
All right. So the next appeal we're hearing is appeal number 276, and it is being represented by Greg Lane of Greg Lane Property Consultants. Today is March 3rd. The start time for this appeal is 11:11 a.m. And it's being represented by Mr. Greg Lane.
Yes.
On behalf of the appellant.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Lane, let me just review the information that we have and see if it is correct. The appeal number is 276.
Yes.
The property is 469 South Benson Road.
Yes.
The owner of the property is Matthew C. Reale or Real?
Reale.
Reale.
Right.
Reale. Matthew C. Reale. The town has the value of the property stated at $742,900, and the appeal is to reduce that amount to $675,000.
That's correct.
Today, is Wednesday, March the 3rd, and the hearing time is 11:15. We are actually beginning at 11 a.m. in room number 1, and my name is Harold Zawatsky, and the property is represented by Greg Lane Consultants.
That's correct.
Property consultants. Having been previously sworn in on this day, it will not be necessary to have Mr. Lane be sworn in again. However, he will present an affidavit.
I will. I have a affidavit from Mr. Reale. This was actually notarized because it was before the tax assessor changed his guidelines, and I have 2 original color copies of the appraisal for Harold and for the board also.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. The subject property is a single-family dwelling located 469 South Benson Road. Let's back up a little bit. Again, Harold, thank you for your time. The board, thank you for your time. Just for spending the time and having the patience. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
So again, being redundant, the marketplace is increasing. I used the same positive 12% time adjustment on sales that occurred after April 1st, 2020. The subject property, it's on South Benson Road. It's towards the end. It's very busy. And the sales utilized are all very similar. They're all within a quarter mile. And I did use time adjustments when it was appropriate. I have a sale on South Benson, one on Beach Road, which is also busy. There is one on Oyster Road, which is not as busy, so it's a superior location, which I made a adjustment for that. I also made a fairly major time adjustment for that sale. And in general, I mean, the sale that's on, all sales are very similar to the property. It's just Oyster has a better location. The other 2 certainly justify my opinion of value at the $675. And, if you're going through, you can just see the adjustments. They're all similar in, site size, square footage. They're not brand new. This one was built, I believe, back in 2010. And there are some maps back in the back also that show it is in a floodplain, and it is a very busy street there on the corner. But just utilizing other sales within a quarter mile within the time period and making minor adjustments. We're just trying to make the market value fair. That's all we're trying to do.
Okay, looking at the map, the subjects, you're saying that the subject's home is in a floodplain?
Yes. That's the next map in. You can see there's a little red circle amongst all that like amber color. And you can see down below there's Fema's floodplain. Yes.
I'm looking for the map. Yes, I see. The entire reddish area is floodplain?
Yes, that's the 100-year flooding, and then in the yellow is 500. And then if you go right on the beach, that's where there's even more of a hazard. So it's in the 100-year floodplain.
Is the home FEMA compliant currently?
It is, yes.
Any discrepancies in the field card?
Not to my knowledge, no.
I'm satisfied with the information that you provided.
Yeah, it's fairly straightforward. It's not very complicated. I had some yesterday that were right on Fairfield Beach, and they were more complicated. These single-family homes that are not right on the beach tend to be a bit simpler.
Yes. Okay. So just to summarize, the town has the property value that's $742,900, and the owner's opinion of market value is $675,000.
That's correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, the next property on our agenda is appeal number 279.
That's correct.
And representing the owner of the property is Mr. Greg Lane of Greg Lane Property Consultants. And I'd like to just verify some information that we have regarding this appeal. This is appeal number 279.
Yes.
The property is located at 256 East Lawn Street.
Yes.
The owner is Rodriguez, Lucas, and Milazzo.
Yes.
They are co-owners of the property.
Yes.
The town has the property valued at $1,523,600, and the owner and Mr. Lane is presenting an asked amount, or the owner's opinion of market value as of October 1st, 2020, of $1,200,000.
That's correct.
The hearing date is Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. Hearing time is 11:30 in room number 1. I am Harold Zawatsky, board member, and the appellant is Greg Lane Property Consultants, and we are beginning this recording at 11:21 a.m. All right, Mr. Lane.
Okay. Good morning again, Harold.
Yeah, having previously been sworn in, there's no need to swear you in again. You're still bound by that procedure.
Yes, I'm still under oath. I understand.
Under oath, yes.
So here's an agent certification and 2 original appraisals of the subject property.
Thank you. I have the agent certification and 2 copies of the appraisal of the subject's property. Please do summarize for me
Certainly.
your opinion.
The subject property is a single-family dwelling. It was built in approximately 2017. It contains 3,498 square feet. And before I summarize any more, again, at the risk of being redundant, I know this is being recorded, but just thank you, Harold, again, for being here and spending your time. I want to thank the board also. I don't know if I could spend the time doing this, tell you the truth. A lot of patience. I thank you.
Well, on behalf of the board, I thank you.
So back to the subject property, the marketplace is increasing. We're still using positive time adjustments of a positive 12% a year. The subject property, there is a bit of a discrepancy in the square footage because there is a finished attic in this property, and the town has the square footage as what the floor space is,
Yes.
and not the actual space where you can stand in that third floor. So the town square footage is at 3808, and after measurements between the homeowner and myself, we determined the square footage to be 3498. So it's a difference of about 300 square feet. It's not.
What was the first number you said for the towns?
The town is at 3808, and we're at 3498. So it's a difference of specifically 310 square feet.
And you feel that the discrepancy is due to the fact that the town has measured the square footage, floor space, and did not take into consideration the slope of the
Attic area.
The attic roof.
The
line.
slope, yes.
The slope of the line.
And also, the entrance foyer is 2 stories, and the town has it as just being 1 story and with a finished second floor above it. So between those 2 mistakes, I guess, in the dimensions in the fuel card for the town, the square footage has been reduced according to our calculations. So it's a combination of the finished attic and the 2-story foyer, which I may add is very common in every town. It's not just Fairfield.
So the town is measuring the second floor with the and has not subtracted the space for the 2-story foyer.
Exactly. Yes. And it's straightforward here. You could tell. And I believe I do have some photographs in there also showing that. The comparables utilized are all within 1/5 of a mile of the subject property. There's actually a brand new house that was built 3 or 4 houses down on the same side of the street as the subject. It's number 94 East Lawn. And that property sold in April of 2020 for $1,265,000. And I did use a substantial time adjustment for that also of $75,900. It's new construction, so I deducted $100,000 for that. It has an extra couple baths. It's a little smaller in square footage, but for them to say that this house is worth $1,523,600, and you have new construction 3 houses down on the same side of the road for $1,265,000, it just kind of begs the question when it doesn't make any sense. So we're just, again, trying to make it fair. The 2 other comps are right around the corner, one on Pratt, one on Veris. Similar properties. They're all fairly new, like the subject, even newer, to tell you the truth. Pratt is 1 year old. Veris is 2 years old. The subject is only 3, but so they're all fairly similar. But I don't know where they got the $1,523,600. It doesn't make very much sense to me, based upon the other sales in the area. It was a really big jump from the other market value. And again, here's another case. This was when he purchased the property. He purchased it directly from the builder.
That's why it looks like an unqualified sale.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So unqualified sales, does that indication come sometimes when it's purchased directly from the builder with no realtor involved?
Exactly. Okay. And people think that they're getting a deal, and in the end, most of the time, they don't.
I understand. And the sales price back in March of 2017 was $1,425,000.
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
And again, that's similar to, I believe, our first or second case where, again, being an unqualified sale, it's difficult to determine if it was arm's length. So I don't ignore it, but I don't place a whole lot of credence on that sale.
Understood.
And that doesn't make sense when you have a new construction sale right on the same street for $1,265,000, and for him to pay $1,004,250. I don't understand that. But again, we don't know. Quite often with those sales with the builders, they wind up paying back money, or those deals are fishy if they're not multiple listings. If it's an MLS sale, 99+% of the time it's an arm's length transaction.
I see. They are quite close to one another, both on East Lawn.
Yep.
They're
all right there.
Subject's house is closer to Vera Street. The Comp 1, 94 East Lawn, is closer to Oakfield Road.
Right.
I see that. Okay.
So they're all right there. You can't
Yes.
you can't go the other side of Reef Road. It's kind of a different market area. So I was actually fortunate to be able to find these sales down there, I think, in that time frame. It's difficult in that time frame to get similar sales sometimes. So sometimes you get lucky.
It's an active market.
Sometimes you don't. Well, I feel sorry for any kind of a buyer out there now. It's just, well, I feel sorry for me. Also, when I have to do a sale for the bank and it's on the market for $500 and it sells for $575, and they still want to finance $575, but it's only worth $500.
Yes.
That's where my job gets a little bit tricky, is trying to value the asset for the bank. That's my job.
Anything you wish to add to the file, or
For this property, I believe we're all set, Harold. Thank you.
All right, we're ending the hearing on appeal number 279 at 11:31 a.m. on March 3rd, 2021. All right, the next appeal we're going to be hearing is appeal number 455.
Correct.
It is being presented by Mr. Greg Lane of Greg Lane Property Consultants. The hearing time is 11:45, and we're beginning this hearing at 11:32 a.m. Excuse me.
How many more do you have after me?
You're the last one this morning.
You got to come back tonight.
I will come back tonight to fill in some time until other members can take over.
Filter in, yeah.
We have a number of members that are still working for a living.
Yeah. I was here last night. The guy Peter, he got stuck somewhere. So
he's a teacher too.
Okay.
And we appreciate the efforts and the time commitment of all of our members.
I do also. I'm just and passing that along again. It's a arduous task.
Just for the record, I want to review some of the information that we have. This is appeal number 455.
Yes.
The property address is 134 Forest Avenue.
Yes.
The owner is Sarah Frick McAleer.
I believe so, yeah. Sarah Fricky, that's how I know her, yeah.
Sarah Fricky
Right.
McAleer.
McAleer.
On the town record is listed as the owner to be Sarah Fricky McAleer.
Right.
McAleer being the last name.
Yes, correct.
The town has the property valued at $814,000. The town has the property valued at $814,000. The owner is opinion of the value of the home as of October 1st, 2020 is $660,000.
That's correct.
Today's hearing date is Wednesday, March 3rd. The hearing time is 11:45 in room number 1. My name is Harold Zawatsky. This property is being represented by Greg Lane Property Consultant. And as I stated earlier, the hearing time began at 11:32 a.m. And this appeal is being represented by Greg Lane.
Okay.
Greg?
Good morning, Harold. Again, the subject property is a four-family, which there aren't that many four-families in the town of Fairfield, leave alone that many four-family sales in the town of Fairfield. The subject property is located in the beach area, and there are 4 units. Each unit has a total of 4 rooms, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. The square footage of the property is approximately 3,328 square feet, and each of the units have about 832 square feet. There's 2 floors, 2 units on each floor. Each unit is a ranch-style unit, so they aren't a townhouse up and down. They're all flat units. The subject property has 0.22 acres, and the property was built back in 1956, and it's in above average shape. I do have some photos in the back. I got into 2 of the properties. I think we should probably talk about the sales. That's the most important part. And I believe it's probably like page 6 or 7 has the comparable sales.
Do you have a copy of the appraisal to share with me?
I apologize. Here's the certification. Yes, here's the certification and 2 appraisals. I can find the comp page for you here.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Again, like I previously stated, there are not that many 4 families or even 3 families in the town of Fairfield, and I had even more difficulty finding sales of these properties. I did have to go into the other side of town, the other part of town, to try and get some recent 3-family sales. I did find a 4-family on Ardmore Street, which is fairly similar to the subject, and then there was that was the only 4-family sale that I really had. So the other, I have 2 more 2-families and 1 more 3-family sale. Again, it was difficult to find comparable sales, but I did use positive time adjustments, as in the other properties. Multifamilies are certainly going up in value also. And after making the adjustments, my opinion of the market value as of 10/1/2020 is $660,000. And if you look at the adjusted values for the comparables that I utilized, it just pretty much using all the comps. I didn't rely upon one more than the other, and they all pretty much justify my final opinion of value. And there are maps in here. The I'd say a little bit detrimental part, if you look towards the end, there's a map The property is pretty close to the town dump, and you can see right in the picture. And when the wind's blowing, going from west to east, it's not always so pleasant there in that area. And even low tide down there isn't always so great either. I've been down there on those streets, Forest Street, Longdean, Veris, most of those. So I think that's a little bit of a detriment. If it's a tenant there, maybe they not care so much, but if you have a purchaser of that property, I would think they're gonna certainly understand how close that is to the dump, in my opinion.
I understand. However, it looks to me that it is at least one street removed from.
It is, yes.
From the dump site.
Yes, it's not so much visual,
but it is close to the end of Forest Avenue.
Yes.
Okay. And I see you have a floodplain map
Yes.
here as well.
It's in a floodplain also. Yes.
And is the house FEMA compliant?
It is not.
Is the home in the floodplain?
Yes.
Yes.
It's in the 100-year floodplain.
Is this a rental property?
Yes. And I do have the rents. Trying to find rental data was even harder than finding sale data. But she does rent it out. I have the rents between $1,500 and $1,600 per unit, which is pretty much the marketplace also.
So 4 times between $1,500 and $1,600 per month.
Yes, she gets per month $61.50.
That's the average.
That's all four.
Oh, 61.
Yeah, that's
$61.50.
right per month.
As a total for the four units.
Yes. And that's also in the appraisal.
Okay.
So I think that's it for Forest Avenue. The address we used was 134-40. So I don't know that the appraisal might say 134. Technically, I don't know if it's 134-40. Let's see what the field card, I think. Field card just has 134. There's really 34, 36, 38, and 40. But it's just a technical thing.
Yes, the field card states the property location at 134 Forest Avenue. Okay. Anything else you wish to add?
Not for this property. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lane. That concludes the hearing of appeal number 455. The time is 11:43 on March the 3rd, 2020. Thank you.
Thank you.